If you're in the market for a pre-owned EV, there's a lot of great choices out there, but if you're looking for an excellent commuter vehicle, especially for the city, well, you need to check out the Mini Cooper all-electric. Hi, this is Joe from Scarff Ford, and today we're going to talk about this 2020 Mini Cooper SE all-electric, brand new vehicle for 2020. Obviously, the Mini has been around for a while, but for 2020, they had, for the first time, released an all-electric version. Based on the regular Mini Cooper, it looks pretty identical, and there are a few design cues here and there that give away its electric powertrain. We can see right there, the mirror caps, the accents in the front are a little bit of a giveaway, but other than that, it looks pretty much just like a regular Mini Cooper, except you don't put gas in it, you plug it in at night. So it has a full charge range of about 110 miles. It's not like a Tesla with 300 miles of range, but this is kind of more along the lines of a commuter vehicle. Most people don't have a commute longer than 30, 40, 50 miles. You can DC fast charge it. You can charge to about 80% in about a half hour. So that's possible to road trip on it, but with a 110 mile range, keeping it real, it's not the best vehicle for road tripping, but it's a perfect commuter vehicle. It's small, excellent price point. On the pre-owned market, these, compared to other EVs, these prove to be very affordable, and it's a little bit different. You know, Teslas are very popular. I've been commuting in a Tesla Model 3 for the last 3 years, but they're all over the place. You don't feel special, you don't feel unique in a Tesla Model 3 anymore. When I first got mine, it was a little bit more exclusive, but not anymore. This is a little bit different. People are gonna compliment you on it, they're gonna ask you questions about it. And it does retain that same go-kart-like handling that we find in the regular Minis. In fact, the EV powertrain works really great with the Mini design philosophy, a small, excellent handling vehicle. Electric motors make instantaneous torque. This has about 180 horsepower, enough to go to 0 to 60 in a little over 6 seconds. So this thing is a rocket ship. No searching for gears, you just have instantaneous thrust as soon as you hit the accelerator. And it's very low maintenance. You know, a lot of the performance Mini Coopers have forced induction, supercharged engines. Electric powertrain is very simple. Like an appliance, there's not a lot to do. There's no oil changes, no exhaust systems, no emission control systems, no fuel systems. You have dozens of moving parts instead of thousands of moving parts. So you're not going to need expensive dealer maintenance, no big 60, 90K services. Basically it's tires, wiper blades, and cabin filters is going to be the majority of the maintenance. And you have a long, robust warranty on the high voltage EV battery. Like I said, its small size makes it an excellent commuter. You can fold down those rear seats for more cargo space. You have a little bit of storage underneath here as well. Normally you'd find an engine here, but we find the powertrain for the EV system, the inverter. We have coolant systems. Doesn't have a complex, you know, coolant system. It gets really hot like in a gas vehicle, but the EV batteries do need to be coolant. They do need a thermal management system to keep them at happy temperatures to have them have a long and happy, healthy life. Not the biggest rear seats in the world. Great for kids. Obviously, you can fold down the seats and just expand your cargo area. The front seats are very comfortable, very supportive, very sporty. I'm 6'2". I have plenty of headroom. I'm very comfortable. I love the Mini Coopers. When they first came back to the US shores in the early 2000s, I drove one of the first ones a friend of mine had, and I was absolutely smitten with it. They're just so much fun. It's like a little puppy dog begging you to take it for a drive. I mean, you can't help but smile by looking at it. It's a fun, exciting vehicle. The switchgear in it is pretty much standard fare as a regular gas-powered Mini. Like my Tesla is a little bit of a learning curve, the screen, operating things. But this functions just pretty much just like a regular Mini, except you don't put gas in it, you just plug it in at night. You'll get a full charge with level 2 charging. That's like a 220 dryer outlet. You can easily get one installed at your house. You get a full charge in about 4 hours. Doesn't have a huge battery, so if you don't drive that much, you know, overnight charging will probably add about 20, 30, maybe 40 miles of range overnight. You know, a regular 110 will probably add maybe like 3 or 4 miles of range per hour. Or you get one of those big dryer outlets and you get a 220 charger, that'll be like, you know, 20 or 30 miles of range per hour. You have excellent visibility all around, very easy to park and maneuver in a city and urban environment. You have a drive mode selected, which will change the behavior of the vehicle. You have eDrive, which is green. That will make the regenerative braking more aggressive. So regenerative braking is when when on EVs, when you remove your foot off the accelerator right there, the vehicle will aggressively slow down. So much so that when you have the one pedal driving in place, it makes the brake pedal almost superfluous. You don't really need to use a brake unless for emergency stopping. Just by modulating the throttle, you can drive all the way down to a complete stop. I'm in a parking lot, so I'm not filming on public roads, but just for example, I have it in green plus, removing my foot off the brake, and you can see it's aggressively stopping to a complete stop. It doesn't coast like a regular gas vehicle. So what's important about the regenerative braking? Well, what's happening is it's reversing the polarity of the electric motor, turning it into a generator. So normally all that heat and energy you lose through braking, it recaptures that kinetic energy and puts it back in the battery. So it turns the electric motor into a generator, slowing the vehicle down, putting that battery back in the vehicle, taking that energy and putting it back in the battery, making the vehicle more efficient. But another happy dividend of regenerative braking is that the actual brakes are being used far less. So it's not uncommon for EVs and hybrids, which also use regenerative braking, to get 100, sometimes 150,000 miles out of their brakes. There's not a lot of people actually doing brakes on EVs and hybrids unless they're really aggressive or driving aggressively, because the regenerative brakes just extend the regular brake so much. You can also put it in like the sport mode. You have like mid and sport. There are a bunch of different drive settings. But you can put it like in sport mode, and that will take away the regenerative braking, and that will just coast like a regular vehicle. It just won't be as efficient. And that'll make changes like throttle response, steering, and stuff like that. I love the toggle switches, heated seats, very easy to use climate control system. You have that big, normally in the original Mini this was a big speedometer, but they kind of kept that theme. Really cool vehicles, and obviously much more practical and a lot bigger than the original Minis these were inspired for by. More toggle switches up there. Well, there you go, a great, fantastic little fun commuter vehicle. Easy to park, low maintenance costs, fun to drive, so much good stuff. Thanks for watching. My name is Joe. We are Scarff Ford. We've been in business 103 years, proudly serving the greater Seattle-Tacoma area, located in Auburn, Washington. We sell new Fords, new Isuzus, and a very wide variety, as you can see, of pre-owned vehicles, including a lot of EVs. We love EVs. We have Teslas, Polestars, our own brand of EVs, the Mach-E's and Lightnings from Ford. Even Isuzu, they're going to come out with a electric NPR. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.